The Cultural Revolution, 1966 to 1976, is often remembered as a period of political upheaval, social disruption, and cultural destruction. But beneath the chaos lies a story of resilience, cultural awakening, and national reconstruction. China, a nation with a rich 5,000-year-old history, faced the enormous challenge of restoring its identity, education, and cultural heritage after a decade of ideological campaigns. This documentary explores how China turned the Cultural Revolution's turmoil into a springboard for national cultural uplift, modernization, and global influence. How did China transform a decade of chaos into a blueprint for cultural pride and national rejuvenation? Millions of lives were affected, but the experience also set the stage for a generation to reconnect with traditional culture, modernize education, and foster a nationwide sense of historical pride. Could the lessons from this turbulent decade explain how China became a global model of cultural and economic resilience? During the Cultural Revolution, symbols of traditional culture, such as temples, classical literature, religious artifacts, and historical monuments, were often targeted. Schools closed, universities transformed into political training grounds, and young people were mobilized as Red Guards. Yet, amidst this destruction, citizens, scholars, and local communities worked quietly to protect artifacts, preserve oral histories, and maintain traditional practices. Even in the most difficult times, how did ordinary citizens become guardians of China's millennia-old heritage? These preservation efforts became the foundation for China's post-revolution cultural revival, ensuring that despite the upheaval, the nation's core identity survived. Could these grassroots efforts have been the secret behind China's rapid cultural recovery later on? After the Cultural Revolution, China recognized that education was central to cultural and national uplift. Schools and universities reopened with renewed focus on history, philosophy, literature, and science. Millions of students who had missed formal education were given the opportunity to return to classrooms, while scholarship programs were launched to train a generation of researchers, historians, and cultural experts. How did China rebuild its education system from near collapse to become one of the largest knowledge-producing nations in the world? Could this commitment to education explain why China rapidly modernized and became a global innovation hub? By merging traditional knowledge with modern curricula, China ensured that younger generations could appreciate their heritage while participating in modernization. In the post-revolution era, China undertook massive cultural restoration projects. Temples, ancient architecture, art, and literature that had been damaged or neglected were gradually restored. Iconic landmarks like the Forbidden City, the Great Wall, and classical gardens were preserved and promoted as symbols of national identity. At the same time, local cultural festivals, traditional music, and folk arts were revitalized. Regional governments and communities collaborated to ensure that cultural heritage became accessible and celebrated nationwide. How did China turn centuries-old heritage into a source of national pride and modern identity? Could the emphasis on culture have been a critical factor in strengthening national cohesion after years of social disruption? China's cultural revival coincided with economic reform and modernization. Urban planning integrated historical architecture with modern cityscapes, creating environments where the past and future coexist. Tourism boomed as domestic and international visitors explored restored historical towns, museums, and heritage sites. Cultural heritage became a pillar of economic growth, driving industries such as arts, tourism, and creative enterprises. How did preserving culture also become a strategy for economic development and international recognition? Could China's ability to merge tradition with modern growth be a blueprint for other nations? China leveraged its rich cultural heritage as a tool for global engagement. International exhibitions, academic programs, Confucius Institutes, and cultural exchange initiatives spread Chinese art, literature, and philosophy worldwide. By showcasing its history, China strengthened its soft power, inspiring admiration among global youth and scholars. Today, Chinese culture is recognized as both ancient and modern, bridging generations and continents. How did China transform cultural revival into a global influence admired by millions? Could this international cultural outreach explain why China is increasingly viewed as a role model for combining heritage and progress? Beyond monuments and institutions, China also rebuilt social cohesion and community identity. Local traditions, festivals, and family-centered practices were re-emphasized. Communities engaged in cultural preservation projects, storytelling, and education, ensuring that every citizen participated in restoring national pride. The reconstruction of social trust, combined with economic reforms, allowed China to transform adversity into resilience, setting the stage for the nation's modern success. How did everyday citizens become co-creators of China's cultural and social renaissance? Could this strong cultural identity be a reason for China's rapid modernization and global admiration today? China's Cultural Revolution, once seen as a period of chaos, ultimately became a lesson in resilience, national pride, and cultural stewardship. Culture can survive and thrive even after upheaval. Education and heritage preservation are critical for national identity. Modernization and tradition can coexist to create a strong, globally respected nation. China's experience shows that adversity can be transformed into long-term development, cultural revival, and international influence. How can China's journey inspire other nations to protect culture while embracing modernization? Could the world learn from China's unique model of heritage-driven national uplift? China's story is a testament to resilience, cultural pride, and strategic recovery. From destruction to revival, the nation preserved its heritage, educated its people, and rose as a model of modernization rooted in tradition. If you found this journey inspiring, like the video, subscribe for more deep dive documentaries on history, culture, and global development. Comment below, which aspect of China's cultural revival inspires you the most?